Welcome to MGC Acres, everyone. Today we'll be planting blueberries, and stay tuned. At the end of the video, we'll show you a little bit more progress on Skeety's dog run. Thanks for watching, everyone.
So they say you should plant blueberries as high up as you can. The crown, I guess, of the plant, or the top surface here, should be up near the surface. Blueberries do not have, their roots don't grow deep. They stay near the surface, so you should plant them higher.
Too deep.
Yeah, we're gonna keep them planted to where the top of the plant is even with our existing soil structure.
That makes sense. So now we're ready to mix some peat moss.
Yeah, we're gonna mix some peat moss up so that we can put that in with our native soil to add acidity. Blueberries really like acidity. We have all our holes dug. We dropped in each one. They're still in the pot. We're not gonna leave them in there, don't worry. We just wanted to make sure we have a nice straight line here, an even row.
And then, yeah, we're gonna mix the peat moss with our native soil and get it a little wet.
Yeah, we'll mix the peat moss. We'll have to get it wet because it's dried in a compressed bale. So I'll mix it in my tractor bucket, get it wet. We'll mix it with our native soil, put that in with the blueberries, and then we'll water them in, and hopefully next year we'll have a really nice blueberry harvest.
Stay tuned.
It's a 16 buff in the dark.
What we did was we took our peat moss, a compressed bale, mixed it with some water so it's moist when it goes in there, so that ensures we don't have to water as much, and we know that everything's moist before we put it in the ground, because this absorbs a lot of water. So you would rather be able to see that it's moist than just like hope that you watered enough when you water it in. So we pre-mix this, and now we'll go add some of this into each hole with our native soil. And yeah, so stay tuned.
It's a 16 buff in the dark.
So we're back here at our first hole. We dug all our holes in line here, so we're gonna plant our first plant. We have our peat moss mix ready and our plant right here. First thing I'm gonna do is clear off the top of this plant. It's got some slow release fertilizer and things on it that I don't really wanna put in there. I don't know much about what this slow release fertilizer does, and I don't want it to mess up my fertilizer treatment in the springtime, our first one. So to remove as much of this slow release fertilizer as I can. That should be good. And then we're going to take our plant here. Now these are 3 to 4 year old blueberry plants, so they're pretty large. Slow, slow. Let it come out. Good. We're not too root bound. That extra soil that fell off the bottom, we're not going to need. That's going to ensure we have enough room to put our peat moss and our native soil into this hole. So get a nice scoop of peat moss, be moistened up. We'll put that in the hole. And we'll grab some of our native soil here. Put that in the hole. Give it a good mix. We have very good soil for blueberries here. We're in New Jersey, so New Jersey's, known for their blueberries, so we shouldn't have to do too much. Now let's see how this is going to sit. We need a little more. So we're going to add a little more peat moss. Some more of our native soil. Another mix here. Make sure we have some native soil on top of that. Won't want to burn the young roots. Now we're gonna put our plants in.
Looking good.
And then we'll fill with more native soil back right on top of our plant. Here, this plant is planted. We'll repeat this step 9 more times so we get all 10 of our plants planted, and then we'll water them all in and cover back up the wheat fabric. We will be installing drip irrigation in the future. I'm going to hand water for now. The winter will come, and before next spring and the warm weather comes, I'll have drip irrigation installed out here so that we ensure we get a really bountiful berry harvest. And I'll have a video for that because I have a super top secret plan for how I'm going to get water over here. So stay tuned for that.
Super top secret. Stay tuned, guys. Now we have all of our blueberry bushes inside the ground, and what we're doing next is just spreading some peat moss around the top to make sure that everything in the soil stays pretty acidic, which is how blueberries typically like it. And then later on this evening, once it gets a little bit cooler, because it's really hot right now, we're gonna come back and pin the fabric down. And of course, we're gonna water it too before then to make sure everything stays nice and moist.
Come on.